Ever feel like you're just constantly swimming against the current, pushing, forcing things to happen, and just getting exhausted? Well, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the deeply mystical and honestly highly influential world of ancient Taoism. We're unpacking a 2,500-year-old philosophy that goes way beyond a simple set of beliefs. It's a complete paradigm for how to exist in natural harmony. And, honestly, the concepts we're about to explore might just completely rewire how you view the world. Right out of the gate, we get this foundational idea. The Tao Te Ching tells us, the path that can be defined is not the eternal path. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. So, a philosophy built on a legendary text is literally telling us that the ultimate truth of the universe is completely beyond our language. It's beyond our labels, and it absolutely defies our neat little intellectual boxes. So, what exactly is the Tao? To answer that, we kind of need to see how this philosophy fits into the broader picture of ancient Chinese thought. You've got Confucianism and Buddhism, right? But while Confucianism leaned heavily into strict rules and social structures, and Buddhism focused on the afterlife and escaping suffering, Taoism brought something totally different to the table. It zoomed in on the metaphysical, the spiritual, and figuring out how to just exist in absolute harmony with nature. Which brings us to Section 1. Tasting the Vinegar, 3 Masters, 1 Vat. There's this famous, culturally iconic story that brilliantly illustrates these differences. Imagine 3 legendary masters dipping their fingers into a vat of vinegar, which represents the essence of life itself. Confucius tastes it and puckers his face. It's sour. To him, society is inherently corrupt and desperately needs rules and rituals to fix it. The Buddha tastes it and cringes. It's bitter. Life is suffering, and we have to extinguish our desires to escape it. But then Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, tastes that exact same vinegar, and he smiles. To him, it's sweet. He didn't see a world that needed to be forced into shape or escape from. He saw a world that is inherently joyful, as long as we simply align ourselves with its natural state.
Let's look at Section 2, the core concepts, the sweetness of the Tao.
The word Tao literally translates to Wu-Wei, but it's so much more than that. It is the ultimate source. Think of it as a state of absolute nothingness, from which literally everything originates. From this Tao, the fundamental dualities of the universe are born, the famous Yin and Yang. And remember, these aren't just opposites battling it out, they're a unified whole. They're constantly transforming into one another, Yin containing Yang, Yang containing Yin. And from this cosmic dance comes what Taoists call the 10,000 things, which, by the way, is just a beautifully poetic ancient phrase that means literally everything in the universe. Now, if the Tao is the hidden power source, Te is the electricity. Often translated as virtue, Te isn't just about being a quote-unquote good person or following some strict moral standard. It's the concrete manifestation of the Tao in our daily lives. It's the palpable power, the actual strength you gain when your life perfectly aligns with the natural order. When you're plugged directly into the source, Te is the energy naturally flowing right through you. And that natural energy leads us to what is arguably the most fascinating concept here, Wu-Wei, which translates to non-action or flow. Now, to be clear, Wu-Wei absolutely does not mean sitting around on the couch doing nothing. It means abandoning selfish ambition and acting in a state of pure natural flow. It's the art of effortless effort. Think of an athlete completely in the zone, or when you're so deeply engaged in a project that the work just seems to happen by itself. No forcing. You're moving with the current, not against it. All right, moving on to Section 3, History and the Masters, a Path Through Time. This story kicks off in the 6th century BC with a legendary librarian named Lao Tzu. Picture this. He's 80 years old, completely fed up with society, and literally just riding an ox out of town to leave it all behind. But a border guard recognizes him and refuses to let him pass until he writes down his wisdom. And boom, the Tao Te Ching is born. Over the following centuries, thinkers like Chuang Tzu systematized the philosophy. By the Han and Tang dynasties, it had transformed into a massively organized religion, experiencing incredible golden ages where emperors even claimed descent from Lao Tzu. And despite facing intense intolerance during the 1949 Cultural Revolution, it survived, regained official recognition in 1982, and continues to influence millions worldwide today. Which leads perfectly into Section 4, Rituals, Magic, and Qi. Because Taoism wasn't just about sitting quietly in a mountain hut contemplating nature. Largely influenced by figures like the Yellow Emperor,
It evolved into a deeply practical and, honestly, sometimes highly magical religious system. We're talking about Taoist alchemy, where the literal goal was achieving physical immortality. This rich tradition gave us the roots of traditional Chinese medicine, complex herbal formulas, and deep divination practices using the I Ching. It also heavily shaped Neja, or internal martial arts like Tai Chi. The entire focus there is cultivating Qi, that vital life energy flowing through all of us. The ultimate goal of all these practices? Pure harmony and longevity.
Next up is Section 5, Bridging Worlds, the Great Synthesis. For centuries, all of these free-flowing metaphysical Taoist ideas naturally clashed with China's other heavyweight philosophy, Confucianism. It's a massive contrast. On one hand, you have Confucianism with its highly structured, ethics-focused, strict social rules. On the other, the anarchic, flowing, spiritual spirit of Taoism. They seem like total opposites, right? But over time, they deeply influenced each other. Along with Buddhism, they merged to create a profound philosophical synthesis that completely defined Chinese culture. I mean, Zen Buddhism itself owes a massive debt to Taoist thought. But here is where it gets truly mind-blowing. Check out the striking, undeniable parallels between ancient Chinese Taoism and Islamic mysticism centuries later, specifically Ibn Arabi's Sufist concept of Vahdet-i Vücud, or the unity of being. Look at how perfectly these concepts mirror each other. The Tao aligns directly with Hak, the ultimate truth or God. The 10,000 Things, or Wan Wu, perfectly mirrors Kisret, the concept of multiplicity. And Sheng, the manifestation of the Tao, aligns right with Tajelli. It's absolutely wild, and it brilliantly proves how universally connected human thought can be across totally different times and geographies. So, bringing it all together. As we slow down and really reflect on this massive 2,500-year-old teaching, the ultimate takeaway isn't about memorizing historical dates or complex vocabulary. It's about learning how to stop fighting the current. It's about tasting the vinegar of existence and realizing that if we just stop resisting and start flowing, life is inherently sweet. We're going to wrap up this explainer with a really profound thought on water from the Tao Te Ching. True goodness is like water. The goodness in water benefits the 10,000 things, and it competes with none of them. Think about it. Water nourishes absolutely everything, yet it never strives, it never fights. It just naturally flows to the lowest places. It is the absolute perfect summary of the Taoist ethos. So I want to leave you with this question to ponder today. Where in your own life are you forcing things just a bit too hard? And where can you let go of the rigid structures, stop competing, and simply learn to flow?